Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to
Is that what you sync with? Yeah. That's mad. Not now. I'm not going to do claps anymore.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the All You Can Talk podcast. We are celebrating today 1 year of the podcast. It's actually 1 year and 2 months since we started the podcast, but we're late to realising. So happy belated birthday to All You Can Talk. I am Kieran, also known as Key5, joined by the sexy, brilliant, strategic maestro of a transvestite that we know, Reese Morgan. How are you doing, Reese?
I'm all right, mate. Just people driving recently are doing me head in. So
People driving?
I've had to chill out. I nearly run somebody over on a bike today. Can't wait. So, and also Saturday I got. So I don't know about. So if you've got no lights on, right? You're in a black Beamer, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah. And if somebody flashes you, what would you do? Be like, oh shit.
Yeah, relax.
Yeah. So I was going across Huddersfield on Saturday. So I went the West Bretton way. You know, that way. And this Beamer were coming towards me. So I gave him a little flash. I was like, mate, you got no lights on, it's 8:30. I couldn't see his car.
So, I'm in a silly mood. I just had the idea of you there. Anyway.
So I gave him a little flash, like, you ain't got no lights on. I didn't think much of it, right? I just didn't think. And I was coming down towards West Bretton roundabout. So I saw this black Beamer bombing up behind me with lights on. And he comes up like flashing, giving me fucking rods like this. I'm like, what's your fucking issue, man? Proper gave me some, and I'm just like, well, you got the lights on. So, and then he went roundabout and went back that way, and I'm like, the fuck? What's your fucking issue, man?
Oh,
and I was just like, well, at least you got your lights on now. Do you know what I mean?
No, mate, you're right.
Just chill out.
It's weird that happened to you, because I had a driving incident the other day. This is completely unplanned, by the way.
Well, I weren't going to bring that up. It was just somebody today nearly hitting me with a bike.
Oh, right. Other day, I'm driving home from work on Chevit, right? And there's you know Chevit's a 60, and there's this dude in front of me doing fucking 30 in the 60 bit, right? So bearing in mind,
it's a limit, not a target, Kieran.
Fuck off. So bearing in mind,
I'm
right,
with you
so
on this.
He's coming up to, you know, when you go around the big bend,
Yep,
and you go up the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a big straight, isn't there?
Yeah, I'm out of the way, I'm coming downhill, but
so
I know where you are.
When I got round the corner, right, he was just about to go up the hill, right, so I'm trundling along at speed limits. I get to the hill, I see he's barely moved anywhere, so I let go of my throttle.
Yeah.
Right, and I keep catching him uphill while I'm off my throttle, right, so I keep falling back. Coming up. Anyway, we get to the top of the thing because I'm lightly touching the throttle and I'm just ending up his ass. So I'm trying to come back and I can't even come back when I'm off throttle. Anyway, next thing I know, anchor's on. So I'm fucking, whoa, fuck, shit. I had to take avoided action, right? Bear in mind, I was at a good gap at this point, by the way. And fucking gets out of the car, doesn't he? Fucking, if you were up my ass anymore, I'm sat there like, oh, what? I wasn't even on throttle. He just looked at me and I was smiling. And he just got back in his car. Because you know what mental people, if they see somebody smiling at them while they're shouting at them, they just go, oh, better not fuck with this guy. Yeah. So I got back in the car. Yeah, people, there's 3 pedals in the car. There's a clutch.
Unless you're driving automatic.
And the gear. There's a clutch.
He's got rid of one.
Yeah, he's just recently gone back in the closet.
Narnia!
There's a clutch, there's a brake, and then this thing on the right, it's an accelerator. Yeah. Right? It takes you that way.
Have you ever tried braking with your left foot?
Yes, I nearly died. Thing is, you think you can do it because when you play Formula 1 and stuff like that, it's all left foot braking. And you're like, let me try this in the car. Boom! Straight through fucking wheel.
Shall we bring it on to a positive note?
Well, hang on. Before you do that, you can find us at ayct.official on TikTok, Instagram. You can also find us at the All You Can Talk podcast on YouTube. We've been flying recently. We gained 7 subscribers between the last
Lost one.
episode and this one.
We've lost one. We're back down to 126.
Oh no, we're on 127 today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
we gained
uploaded
one.
the podcast today. so we're doing extremely well. We're getting so much closer to monetization. So thank you very much for that. By the end of the year, we're hoping we will hit it.
One of my favourite parts from the gym episode is where you go, you have brought us to one step closer to monetization, so thank you. And he were on about his, depression. And I'm like, oh, Jim. But yeah, set this back up. Yeah. I want to bring it back to a positive note.
Go on.
Everybody says, what's the equivalent to Starbucks for a man? And it's this sound specifically. Oh.
Sorry, I just got a temporary erection.
I know. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Right, there we go.
They've only just put that in to...
Monster Energy, sponsor us.
Yeah.
We'll do some great adverts.
Oh, it's in every episode.
Yeah, pretty much. That fuel, all beer. But that's the free holy combinations.
Beer, Huel, and fucking Monster. Well, I'm just going to say this is my first Monster before Christmas.
Oh, you've been cutting out Monster?
I've been trying to.
Why?
Oh, I don't know. I were back to like 2 or 3 a day, and it was just getting wrong.
2 or 3 a day?
Yeah, it was getting wrong again.
Hell.
It's addicting, man. So I just stopped, and I was just like, I just drink one today.
Do you have a very addictive personality?
Yeah, I'm bad for it.
I've noticed this. Yeah.
Yeah. Once I'm into give me a...
Fuck, you never did drugs, man, because that'd be a dark road for you. Your life would have gone downhill very quickly.
Nah, I'm alright with all bad. Like if it's, like a bad addiction. So that. But, like if it's drugs or alcohol like that, I know when to stop. Do you know what I mean? But don't look at me like that. But like, yeah, Monster now and again, it's not great.
No, mate. I drink one a day.
Yeah.
I can't lie.
Yeah.
It's fine. I mean, that is water and a couple of chemicals. But to be fair, with the quantities they're in, one a day is not going to kill you.
No.
It's not going to do you any harm. If you're drinking 3 or 4 a day, then yeah, you're in trouble.
Yeah. Well, the big thing about it is that you can't argue with. I realise when it's going badly wrong. And I'm like, hey. And you don't realise it because I have one in the morning, just pick one up from the shop. Next week, I'm at petrol station at night, I'm picking another one up. And it's like, I realised there were a time when my gaffer said, he was like, haven't you had one of them today already? And I'm like, you realise, I'm like, fuck, I have. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just don't realise it. And then I just stopped.
This is the thing, you think after a certain point with caffeine as well, it stops energising you.
Yeah.
It starts taking you other way.
Yeah. And it's only like when I had that year off drinking. And I'm like, do you know what? I'm good. Every weekend we're going out. I'm like, I need to stop this. Boom. Yeah. Done. And I can do that, which is good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's not a bad thing. Just now and again, I like to indulge.
Did you go out on Saturday, by the way?
No. Oh, I went out to pub in Huddersfield. I didn't go out.
Oh, right. Can I just say, because I was filming part of a music video this weekend at the new Roses thing in town. And me and Jordan went for a quick drink in Brammer's after. What's happened, mate? We're old. I was looking around Brammer's and I'm like, why is everyone so young?
Me and Brad went out after Wimbledon game.
Yeah.
And I was just like, fucking hell, I'm old.
Yeah, innit?
Do you know what I mean?
When
I'm
did
like,
this happen, bro?
I'm like, what the fuck? Even Brad turned to me and he was just like, it were all right when we walked in, because there were a few old people there after the game. And then all of a sudden, it just started filtering. And I saw age gap. It was literally like a fucking wave. As people, like old people going out, young people coming in. I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
I didn't look like that when I was younger, did I?
Nah.
And I probably did.
They all look proper young, don't they?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of testosterone in the male population, I've noticed at the moment for these young kids.
We're not going to get into that today. We have turned away from that.
No, I'm not saying that, but yeah, man, it's fucking weird. Anyway, we were celebrating the year of the podcast, weren't we?
Yeah.
Before we get into this, I do have one more point to shout out because I was out. I wasn't out. I only had 2 pints on Saturday because we had to get it because I'm a responsible human being.
Did you drive?
Yeah.
Oh, I just admitted a crime.
2 pints. That's not a.
It's 5 and drive, isn't it?
It's 2.
Yeah. If you're a child, don't
Depends
do that.
on your body weight, your blood alcohol level. I've done the research. I know I can have to.
Yeah. It's next podcast. Woo, woo, woo.
Kieran's been banned from driving. No. So, when I was in Brammers, anyway, sat down with Jordan, and
This is so good, by the way.
one of the dudes who works in Brammers, this young lad, came up to me and was like, "Oh, I love the podcast, bro."
I know what you're on about.
Yeah, because he said to me, he went, you're, it's the first time you've ever been called this, by the way, to someone who's knows that I know you.
Reese.
They've gone, your colleague was in here the other day. I'm like, my fucking colleague?
Get in! Well, at least it's polite. He's a good lad.
Oh, no, he was really polite.
I think it was
Lovely
Billy.
lad.
It was probably Billy. Yeah. Good lad. Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah.
He was just like,
very
I said to him, I said, come on then. He's like, I'll come on. I'm like, get on then.
Yeah.
It's a great laugh. So yeah.
Yeah, fucking hell. So yeah, one of you've come up to us and said fucking something other than you're that guy from that podcast, aren't you? So well done, you are listening.
Yeah. That's what he said to me though.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. You know that pod, don't you?
He'll have watched the episode in between.
Yeah. He'll love this bit. You need to put this as a clip just so he can be like, it's me.
Yeah, shout out Billy, I appreciate it.
Shout out Billy, bro. Yeah, it's a nice one. So it's been a year and 2 months.
Yeah.
A year and a month, technically.
Yeah, since we uploaded our first podcast, which is no longer available, by the way.
For good reason.
For
The
good
first
reason.
5 aren't available. We might do them as specials if we want to get cancelled.
Patreon, when we open that one day, we'll put them on the Patreon.
Yeah. No, it's not. To be fair, do you know what? That sort of content, if we are looking back and we are doing it, I think we were just trying to be too controversial just for no reason.
Yeah.
And half it shit on there, it were funny. But did I really believe most of it? Probably not.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, do you know what? That's probably a lie. I probably do believe most of that, but not to the extent of what I was saying to
yourself, I'd say you don't, and you were just doing it for views because there were some definitely controversial
Yeah,
comments
but
from both of us.
At the same time, it's one of them. It's like not everybody can agree.
To give you some context for our new viewers, when we first started this podcast, it was a very political podcast. Yeah. We were talking about a lot about political things that were going off. We were talking a lot about. I would liken us to a watered down. What's his name? What's his face?
Go on.
That dude who uses racial slurs online.
Myron Gaines.
No, I wouldn't say Myron.
Oh, I know him who did that boxing fight a couple of weeks ago. Nah, not him. Can't be, because he's a proper Nazi and I'm not that.
Yeah. Anyway, we were in that side of the realm, and we took a quick 180.
Yeah, we didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it as much.
No.
I don't enjoy it as much as now. But yeah, politics is one of them. We had a discussion, didn't we? And I was just like, it was shit because the world's shit. Politics are knackered. You've got fucking knobheads running about left, right, and centre. You know, go to football clubs, and you've got people. Just don't get me started, man.
Yeah,
go on. Sorry.
I think as well, what we did to begin with, it was I guess it were a signification of the times because it was around like the American election, so everything was very heated.
Yeah.
And like we thought we'd jump on that bandwagon, but I think it was the best decision we could have made.
Yeah.
Because we were stood with each other in here before one of the episodes, and we were like, what should we talk about? We were like, well, we both love Barnsley. Why don't we just fucking, no disrespect to anybody, I love Red all over, I love all these people, but we were like, we can provide a real quality here. With our views and with things, we can provide an educated point of view rather than just a fan point of view. You know what I mean? So let's go into that.
Try and be a bit different.
All of a sudden, after we started doing that, and we got the guests on with the mental health thing, for likes of Jim, etc. We like just all of a sudden just went. We were like, God's intervention, man. I'm telling you.
We were definitely on the first few iron views rather than like actual dignity and getting respect inside of a place.
Yeah.
And it weren't good.
It weren't good for us as people either, because the love we get now when we go outside, compared to what we would be getting, you know what I mean? It'd go the complete other way.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's about respect as well. That we give to other people, and I think we were being disrespectful.
Yeah.
I didn't. Looking back, I think you need to live and learn, Reese. And I have done, yeah.
Yeah, and we have, and I think it was the best thing we did. And this brings me on to my next question, actually. And this is going to be completely unfair on every other episode we've done or every other guest, but we're going to do this just for fun now. This is just for fun because I love all of our guests individually for different reasons. But I'm going to ask Reese first. What was your favourite guest episode? So far.
Oh man,
it's such a tough. I've been thinking about this all afternoon. They're all different for individual reasons, man.
But the thing is, it's got to be Andy from Red All Over, and purely because I've watched him for 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And I just, and it's
I just say, I have finally watched that episode, and you did an unreal job, mate.
Nice.
Well done.
Thank you, mate. Cheers.
You did. You did a really good job. You did a really good job. And so did you, Alex, as well.
Alex he's
did
boss,
a really
man.
good job.
Yeah.
Not quite good enough to take my job yet, but
Well, he invited me on Rants Radio again, and I work, and I'm just like, I will book a day off, and I will come on.
Yeah. We need to go on together, to be fair.
Yeah, we do. But yeah, but it's such a tough thing because I loved Kyle's episode. I loved Jim's. I loved Jim's wrestler wellbeing.
Yeah.
Shout out to him, man.
Yeah.
And then we can't forget Matty Hugo, man.
Yeah.
He was just like, when I was reading like 35,000 posts on Twitter, man. What are you doing? But
yeah, shout out to them all. Of course, who've we had on? So we've had Paul on. Paul was his virgin breaker. Which was still a great guest. That's the first episode you can watch on YouTube. That's the earliest episode you can watch. Yeah. Obviously, then after that we had Matty on, didn't we?
Yeah.
We had Jim on. We had Katie on. We've had. I've just said his name. Alex on. We had Craig on.
Yeah.
Flipping hell, we've had loads of people on, haven't we? We've had Jim Madden on. We had Kyle on. Kyle Weiss. We had Dave on.
Jordan Holmes.
Dave and Jordan Holmes.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Jordan, as well. So he got baptised this weekend.
He did. Congratulations, brother.
My friend. Well, congratulations from all the podcasts.
DNO, man. They were class.
DNO as well.
They were madness, them two.
All right, that is my favourite.
Do you know what?
I can't lie.
I'll always say this, and I know there's been passionate guests on, and they've all been passionate for a lot of reasons. But do you know when you were listening to talk to each other and bouncing, I was like, you two love this. I can see it. I can see it in your eyes and how you're talking to each other. And I was literally like, I was going to take a picture. I was like, this is how I want my wife to look at me. But I never did.
To be fair, them two are a bit like a married couple. They are. But I'll be honest, when I was getting DNO on, because I was thinking like, what musical guests could I bring on? Because I wanted to bring a bit more of my side of what I do into the podcast as well.
Yeah,
and I was
definitely.
like, who should I bring on first? And it was first one that came to my head. I was like, it's the perfect guys. Because DNO, obviously, they do amazing things in music, but more importantly, they do amazing things in the community. They're two unbelievably nice guys, man.
They are.
And
I agree.
they're so driven as well and so determined to do
it. Very polite. And that's the first thing I noticed.
The only guest ever, by the way, to bring us a gift.
No, it wasn't.
Who else brought us a gift?
Wrestle Wellbeing did.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, did I see this gift?
Yeah, you did.
What were it?
Because you drank it.
That'll be why I don't remember.
Nah, they don't have to give us gifts, man. I'm happy to help out.
I'm just saying.
And do you know one big thing is what I was talking. He won't mind me saying this, but I'm Rebirth Jordan that came on. Do you know when he started his podcast? Go and check it out, by the way.
Yeah.
And he says, Reece, you're two. Just looking at it all with just inspiration behind this. I couldn't believe it. And do you know how much that warmed my heart? And I was like, I've inspired somebody to do something. And that makes me feel really good.
No, it does. DNO said the exact same thing to me. I was chatting to Lewis Balby, obviously the one who was sat here. Fleming, he messaged me like the day after, and because I just said, oh, thank you for coming on, bro. It was a mint episode. And he was like, mate, me and, we were chatting all the way home about what you guys do for content. You two are geniuses. It's like we're completely going to change up his content plan based off of you two now. And now we're going to do things. And I've seen them online now. They do our style of thing just in short form. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, it's
they're
really
on couch,
cool.
aren't they, and just chatting. Yeah.
It's really cool to see. They were amazed by the simplicity of it. But how you could get so much out in such a
Yeah.
such a confined sort of.
And I think
space and
one
things.
big thing is like when people walk in and they expect like an iPhone.
Mm.
And it's like, nah, we've done it not properly, that's disrespectful to all of them, but we invested in it and we were like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Do it.
Mm.
But I think anybody wanting to try a podcast out and do it, do that first episode and get it out of the way.
Yeah.
And you'll realise it's shit.
Yeah.
It took us 5 episodes to realise it was shit.
Yeah. And bearing in mind, people think, 5 episodes, that's not a lot. That's 5 hours of content. That's, I think that it took us 5 hours to realise that we were doing something wrong. Yeah. And then we've just improved ever since, haven't we? Yeah. I think...
Don't film it for views and think, clickbait or like, we do that now.
Sometimes.
But do it in a good, do it in a better way where you're not just fucking trying to be controversial, just like Andrew Tate or like that. Don't be a dick.
Yeah, if you're gonna clip farm, make sure you're being authentic with it.
Yeah, be yourself.
I mean? Because there's nothing we say on these podcasts, as much as sometimes we might clip farm, like if I'm ranting about fucking something or he is.
Millwall.
Yeah. We might be clip farming a little bit, but we actually genuinely believe what we're saying. Yeah. We're not just talking
not
to
getting paid by a football
asses.
Club.
Yeah. There's the reason we couldn't sign a striker in January. Because me and Reece have been paid by the football club to express his opinions.
This is I'm not going to name call, but what a melonhead, honestly.
So
come on, podcast if you feel that strongly.
You've avoided the question though. Or did you avoid who did you say were your favourite?
Red all over.
Red all over.
Yeah, purely because I've watched him for 3 or 4 years and just speaking to him about his friend Alan and just seeing that emotion close back. It was just beautiful, man. Yeah. It was really nice to speak to him, and he was pleasant man. No, really pleasant.
Seemed like it.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'd love to Red all over if I'm about at games. If you want me to stick behind after a game, I'll come on Red all over. I don't mind.
Being all the sit at front at Ponty.
Oh yeah.
I can speak to Josh.
Yeah. Let's set it up, man.
We'll get something sorted. And Joe Beardsall needs to come on as well.
Yes, Joe.
Get on, man. We've seen you following it.
Yeah, you follow the podcast, you follow me.
Let's do it.
Let's get your son on here. We'd love to chat about Barnsley and the surrounding areas with you because I actually admire what he does as well.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, definitely.
Right, so another question I was going to ask: what's a personal highlight for you with this podcast?
When Jim felt it were appropriate to open up about his rape story, and that made, I won't say warm, didn't make me feel warm in that sense. But it made me feel like I've got an environment here that can make my friends and my, lads in the community open up to me and you. But it just felt like you trust me, and I quite liked that. Yeah. And I'm glad he did because you know what I mean. It's a very trusting environment, and I'm never gonna spout what happens after podcasts or all like that. I need to message him actually, but straight away after I'm like, if you ever need me to speak to me again. Do you know what I mean? And even Mark, who came on when he were opening up, and
Mark,
I even messaged him after, like, are you all right? And I messaged him a couple of weeks ago, what did your family think? And it's come out a month ago. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, is everything all right? We're going fishing still, and
I'll have you after pod what he said. I won't air him out on podcast like.
But I just think that people opening up, Jordan opening up about his drug stories and opening up about what he did, after that football game. I'm not going to tell you all the things. You need to go and watch them because that's the respect they deserve. But I'd
say Dave as well. Yeah, Dave opening up about everything he did. It were really cool to. Obviously it were horrible what happened to him, but it's really nice that it's as much as we don't want to blow his own trumpet and we don't want to make it all about us, it's nice to know that we can create that environment on a podcast where people, like you said, do feel comfortable to come on, share the story, and hopefully people behind the camera can...
It's inspiration. Craig going to prison and coming out and smashing it. Come on.
That to this day is one of our most liked TikToks. That where he's chatting about him coming out from being in prison to being a head boxing coach.
Yeah. Dave?
No, not
Craig.
Dave.
Craig.
Yeah.
I was going to say Dave. Yeah, just immense. It's just really heartwarming to hear stories. And do you know the biggest thing is the highlights for me as well are just that last question, the amount of times, different things that we've heard from, and every single one of them said family.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
No, mate, you are bang on. You are bang on with that. And not to allude to what I'm going to ask you at the end of this podcast, but I think it's time we asked each other that question at the end of this podcast because we never answer it.
Yeah, true.
So we've got a couple of things we want to go through.
Money!
So Danny hasn't texted us yet to tell us we're boring him. So
Sorry,
obviously we haven't gone too long into the pod yet.
As guest who's coming on is coming bang on in 20 minutes, so we've got to get through it.
Yeah. Okay.
What were your highlight, my mate?
To be honest with you, I think highlight definitely DNO, but I think I'm same as you, Jim. You know, I think that was the turning point for me.
Yeah.
I think because when we first started, we had no idea what this podcast was going to be. No. Let's face it, we had absolutely no idea. And I think when Jim spoke like that, we didn't know. I always sort of wanted it to go down a little bit. Always it be open to be talking about men's mental health and things. Something I'm passionate about.
It's important.
Yeah, but at that point, it was the outpouring as well.
Yeah.
It was because at the time, I think we were both a little bit sucked in by the negativity of the online world, and to see it restored my faith in humanity a lot. Yeah. When I saw the response to his story and how people responded to it.
Do you know what really got to me in a good way? We know when there were a bad comment, it's like, what the fuck are you on about? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? The response to them knobheads. And it's like, oh, why didn't that happen to me? Because it's bad, mate. When you don't want it, stop being a knob. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? That sort of thing. And it was just, it meant the reaction to that just really turned my head thinking, this is it. This is podcast now. I want to help people. This is it. That's it.
Yeah, 100%.
Bring out people's stories and make sure people know that there is a way out of that sort of stuff.
Yeah. I would say, what is the favourite? Because we've, as well as having guests on this podcast, we've done a hell of a lot of just me and you as well on this podcast. And we, they tend to go under the radar sometimes. Not with the public, but with me and you. We never really talk about them. I was just wondering, what's the personal highlight of just a me and you episode? That's just come to my head now, actually. It's like every time I think about an episode, I always think about a guest.
Do you know what? It were in the first 5 episodes.
Was it?
But when we were talking about cold showers. No, that were funny. That was a funny highlight. We did shit like that just weren't engaging content. It was shit. It was awful.
Just to say, by the way, I still stand by what I said.
Yeah, get fucked. An highlight, man. Your appreciation for Emmy Oleski.
My appreciation for Emmy Oleski?
Yeah.
What are you on about?
In last episode when I was talking about England.
Funnily enough, you all lot, we aren't getting too much away on my new album that's coming out. Actually,
that Emmy Oleski one hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, I've got a song called
That's today. No, that England one's coming out today, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh shit. But it'll be alright. It's out, innit? So.
Yeah.
So when we film,
we don't go back in time to release these episodes, you know.
All right, I'll do one that's out today. Like not now. Oh, fucking hell.
For me personally, to help you out, it's when we did the Barnsley season preview.
Yeah, there's so many, man.
That started off our Barnsley journey, and which is turned into the majority of his audience.
Yeah.
It all came from us just going, fuck it, should we just do that?
Yeah, I can't remember which episode it was, to be fair. There were one that I'm trying to think of. And I'd say, well, fucking hell, that's weird. I didn't need to see that today. It's just a picture of Buggy 92988. Oh, we are back to 107. Yeah, so there were one. I know the highlight that I'm going to choose. It's when you went on a rant about Man United fans, but you never fucking posted the clip.
Well, the clip didn't get clipped.
I don't give a shit. Manually clip it, because that was content gold, man. We need
to go back through the archives.
If you don't, I will. Because Man United fans need to hear that.
Yes, they do, to be fair.
Because Millwall fans get it us.
Yeah, they did.
And we had some good responses from them after as well, to be fair. Yeah. When we put that other clip out where we were like, look, we're only taking the piss. And it's like, yeah, we are. I'm like, you threatened to stab me. Do you know what I mean? It's like, come on.
Yeah. 100%.
But yeah, that Man United clip was cut. Oh, I loved it. Yeah. And just any time you're passionate. That another one that's the one where you were playing pen game, your clip, and I was just giggling, and all I got in my head were Paul Scholes. You need to get him on.
Leo?
Yeah, you need to get him on.
Yeah, fucking I lived in London, man, so it'd be a trek, yeah.
Yeah, we'll go. I'd go.
I would for some bigger guests than Leo. What's he done since? What's he done since?
Oh, that's pen game. Pen game set up in July.
What has he done since, though?
I don't know. I don't keep an eye on that scene.
Yeah,
he was good though. To be fair,
no, he was good. I'm not saying that, but I did question his work rate in my battles, and all I'm saying is,
oh, Kieran, no wonder fucking Boochie get a fucking diss track on you, man. Honestly, he did 3 on you actually.
But he did 2 on me.
I thought he did 3 because he did a full one, didn't he? That Time War dub.
And then I'm gonna get artists on to speak about this on another podcast, so I don't want to go too much into it.
All right, yeah. We'll skip that.
Yeah, but he dropped 2, and then I killed him with 1, and then he just moved on because there's no coming back.
Trouble is, we're actually all right.
No, I rate
he's
him.
not even a bad rapper.
Yeah, I rate him as a rapper. He's just a dick. That's just it.
Opus, clip that.
I offered to make him a part of Rhythm and Bars. I offered to give him shows. I offered to help him.
Well, that's the arrogant part, Kieran. Next.
Don't get me started. This is a celebration. Fucking hell, man. Yeah, I think I can't say which one was the worst episode. That's
the worst one.
Yeah.
First 5, mate.
Yeah, the first. Yeah. Well, we can't have the first 5 because episode 5 is Paul's.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
6th is Paul. Episode 6 is Paul. Fact check. Danny, look it up.
It's the only one without a thumbnail.
How much do you want to bet?
Have you just looked? Liar.
It's episode 6.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Are we ready? Yeah, 6.
Is it episode 6? Oh. Wonder what episode 5 for.
What?
Wonder what episode 5 for.
DEI.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay, yeah. Got that.
No, in fact, I'll explain that. Right, there were a big thing about DEI who were commenting, is it a bad or good thing? We just did an analysis of that.
To get us off this subject, I'm going to do something that not a lot of you will know so far. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to read out the impact that you guys have had on us.
Yeah, literally that.
So,
do you know what? I love these, right? Do you know? I love bikes, yeah. But you know when you hear them mopeds, right, going round, and you hear them switching gears, right, and they always get to that point where they can't go up anymore. So it goes hey, and then they get to that point where it goes hey, and they're just going round, and it's like, oh, get a grip, man. Yeah. Fucking hell! Intently stares at phone.
Hang on. Hang on.
So if you want to see them first 5, just comment below.
Please don't. Right, so just to give you some context, so I'm going to read some stats out now, and this is what you guys have done for us, and we are eternally fucking grateful for this. So these are our TikTok analytics since the TikTok page got created on the 29th of March 2025, which is exactly a year ago today.
Whoa, fucking bossing. No, it ain't. It's a year ago yesterday.
Sorry.
366 days.
So in that time on TikTok, we have had 686,000 post views.
That's mental, isn't it?
We've had 11,000 profile views. We've had 22,000.
It's all Millwall fans, that.
Yeah. We've had 22,000 likes on TikTok, which, by the way, this page has overtaken my TikTok. I've got 21,500 likes on mine, so wanker. We've had
skill issue.
We've had 3.5. Yeah, I run both pages. 3,500 comments, and we've had over 1,500 shares on TikTok alone.
Thank you to everybody, honestly, from bottom of my heart. Seriously, absolutely fantastic. I can't believe that.
Yeah. As YouTube as well, just to
That's going through the roof, to be fair. Getting some nice viewage on there.
just to show you, we've had, I think, nearly 10,
And I tell you one thing,
10,000, 11,000 views on.
and
on
I tell you one
YouTube as
thing,
well.
Kieran, the amount of love for Andy in that episode on YouTube were absolutely
Yeah,
immense.
I saw the comments.
And I was I was responding to them all, and I'm just like, oh, this
gets long, doesn't it?
This just shows how much everybody cares about them.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like, yeah.
They've been a stalwart, haven't they?
Yeah, they have.
They've been a stalwart, but we just want to say before we ask the famous question to each other, thank you so much for all your support over this last year. It's been absolutely unbelievable. The journey we've been on is crazy, to the point where now we can't travel the country. I mean, he gets recognised in Birmingham, for fuck's sake.
But fucking Crufts.
Yeah, Crufts of all places. It's
Shout out to you, by the way.
It's surreal. It is honestly surreal.
It is.
Like, people coming up to us at games and that, like, thank you so much. And thank you to every single guest that's been on as well.
Yeah.
Because it's coming on and being as open you have been and sharing the stories you have done is, yeah, you haven't just impacted us two, you've impacted thousands of people behind the camera.
I mean, for a start, people were actually asking to come on after all the clips got released. For example, Jim, Wrestle Wellbeing and that, just saying, I want to tell my story now.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, fair enough. We'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to come on this podcast, by the way, it's an open podcast.
Have a chat.
You don't have to have like a major social media following. You don't have to be a person of significance, if you will. We will have, within reason, anybody on the podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you've got a story to tell.
Unless your first name's Adolf.
Yeah. I mean, you and him would agree on a couple of policy points, wouldn't you? That's a throwback to Paul's episode.
Nah. Says you on Madden's.
Hey.
The Jews are a problem.
The Zionists. Zionists are a problem.
Yeah, it's all in jest.
Yes. Anything we say cannot be used against us in the court of law.
I'd be fucking Nick after them first 5 if there were.
Yeah, to be fair, I've called people retards more than anything on this podcast, so.
Yeah, it's the context, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a joke.
You can tell we're not being hateful.
Yeah. I love everybody.
Yeah.
As long as you're not a cunt.
I love, in fairness, some cunts are my favourite people. Depends what level of cunt.
You're Mick, to be fair.
Yeah, he's a cunt.
He'll send me pictures. He'll send me, like, videos of, like, oh, do you know what I am today? And I'm like, what, Mick? A cunt. And I'm like, oh, beautiful.
Yeah, that's our Mick.
It's just a voice note. Nah, then, George. I'm like, my name's not George, but I understand the jokes. Keep going. Although, it's time to bring this photo out because...
I'm getting nervous now.
Do you remember? In fact, we've never told this story, actually, from when you were in Leeds. And that, it's two Georges, Georgian over there.
Oh, that was Wakefield, but yes.
Yeah.
Oh, for what I told on the Tester podcast.
Yeah. And so you'll not get the context of this, but I've managed to get a certain photo. That was the night, wasn't it, Kieran?
Yes, that was the night. That was about 5 minutes before.
Yeah. So that was the night you slept with somebody in an alleyway. And on that note...
I was 18.
And a lesbian.
Yeah, she was a lesbian.
So anyway, we can cut that if you want that bit out.
No, that's
I
fine.
think it's fucking hilarious. And I thought it were
in.
appropriate. And as soon as you went, we're doing a year one, I'm like, I've got the perfect picture.
Nah, mate, it's all in the past. I'm in a loving relationship now.
Good.
We're all happy.
I've said that though. I remember messaging you after, and I was just like, yeah, she's good for you.
Oh, yeah, she is.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I would not lie.
Nah, I know you wouldn't.
And I would not lie.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to ask the question to you, because it's always me asking it first.
Yeah.
How do you personally define a good life, Kieran?
Oh, should have had something prepared for this, shouldn't I?
You had an hour.
Fucking hell, alright. You've had an hour. Fuck, you sound like my teacher. What you been doing? I've been writing 4-4-2 formations.
Where's your lines? I will not do this again. Oh, you spelled again wrong on line 400. You have to write 1,000 out again.
Now, how do I personally define a good life? You want to know something, man? Personally, to me, it's experience. I think having a good life is having as many experiences as possible, surrounding yourself with your loved ones, and really just having no regrets on your deathbed.
Yeah.
Just trying everything, I think, is a good life.
Yeah.
And if you think you could possibly achieve something, or even if you think, fucking hell, that's a long shot, go for it, give it your all. And as long as you've given it your all, you can turn around at the end of your life and go, well, didn't happen, but at least I gave it a good goddamn go. I think that's what makes a good life, is just trying shit. Money's never wasted on experience. You can't take it with you. So, for me, yeah, that's it. Family, as everybody says, but just trying to do what gives you a fire in your belly. I think that if you work towards that every day, no matter what that is, that's a good life.
I fully agree. Gold-plated doors.
I've got to ask you the question. We know you want a gold-plated door.
I don't.
And we're going to buy you one.
I don't. I'm all right.
You're getting one, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
I'm going to install it.
Do you know what, if I come home one day and there's a gold door on my thing, I'm going to be like, ah.
So, Reese, you always ask this question.
What, am I fucking Jerry Springer?
And we've never heard. You are the father. I knew it!
Oh, they all go, what? Child support.
You'd be the one paying child support, lad.
Yeah, no, I would. Okay. Keep going. Ask the fucking question.
Are you the father? So, Reese, to you, what defines a good life?
Learning. Learning as much as you can. Making sure you leave back a legacy for your children to carry on. Being close to God, being close to your family, being close to your friends, and having friends that you can trust, that can really push you forward. And I don't just mean having friends that'll be your yes men. You have to have people around you that'll go, you are messing up and you need to turn this around. You have to have people to hold you accountable. And you also need to be accountable yourself. But God, family, friends, and money. No, I'm joking. But you just need to have that. You need to have family and just leave a legacy behind that's someday. I want them to think of Reese Morgan. Wow, he did really well in his life. He just did it all, and he learned. He you know what I mean? That sort of thing. He was never afraid to try something, even if it failed. You know, I want failure to be my middle name because I've failed more times than anybody can say. And that's.
If you're not failing, man, you're not trying hard enough.
That's meaning of life for me. You just legacy for your children to carry on, and just leave your name in a good spotlight. And if I'm half as man as what my dad is, I'm leaving Earth as an happy man.
Spot on that, man. Beat that, you cunts.
Aspire to be what your peers are, what you really look up to. That's what I'd say.
Well, I think that is an amazing way to end our 1 year celebration of the podcast. Shall we sing happy birthday? No.
We'll play it. Outro's going to be playing it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as always, thank you for the year that we've had. It's been absolutely unbelievable. There's plenty more to come. You'll be seeing us doing this until we're old and grey. So, ladies and gentlemen.
Emily found a great air over there, and I'm
it's
like,
not far away, is it? That's why I said it was not far away. As always, ladies and gentlemen, you can find us at. It's taken me a year to get that right, by the way, so appreciate it. ayct.official on Instagram, on TikTok, All You Can Talk podcast on YouTube. Leave us a like, leave us a comment.
Spotify coming soon.
Get us to monetization, please.
What's meaning of life? Not money. Get us to monetization.
No, because once you get us to monetization, we can do a lot more fun things for you.
an episode.
Yes, that's been an unbelievable episode. Here's to the next year.
That's it.
Peace.